What we see here today is one of Hunter's aberrations, as I would call it. This is the Colonial II. Manufactured in 1997, it is one of maybe 4 models that Hunter produced that has 6 blades. See, Hunter was mostly 4 blades, then they went 5 blades once that really started to become popular, but they never really got into the whole 6-blade thing until, for the most part, the 90s. But let's go through the history of the 6-blade model, shall we? The first 6-blade model, to my knowledge, that Hunter produced was a variation of the C-17, the antique form of the original. It had a 6-blade adapter hub on it, and then 6 thinner blades. These are extremely rare. The second model, to my knowledge, that Hunter produced was a variation of the first Studio series in the 80s. It was a 6-blade Studio series. It kind of looks like a Passport 2, but with an elongated switch housing. Anyway, it had 6 blades. It was exclusive to Home Depot. The Colonial II, as you see here, was exclusive to, I want to say, Builder Square, something to that effect. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, this was a 6-bladed version of the original Colonial, which originally came with 4 blades and later had 5. Now, the fourth one, to my knowledge, is known as the Comfort Breeze Plus. It is basically a 6-bladed version of the Comfort Breeze, and I think that was also a Home Depot exclusive, but I am not positive on that. Like I said, this fan dates to 1997. It still uses the installer's choice canopy, not the stupid hang-true crap that they introduced. Anyway, let's see how it performs. Starting on low, and since we're here, that's the original Hunter wooden ball fob that they offered in the 90s. Like most spinner motor Hunters, it has a bit of a hum to it. Not an obnoxiously loud hum, but a hum nevertheless. Although speed is pretty normal. Although with the 6 blades, I feel like it could be a little slower, but no huge complaints there. Let's go to medium now. Yeah, the 6-bladed Hunters are not exactly the most common models that Hunter produced, because they were essentially variations of existing models. And there we have high. See, back in the 80s and 90s, Homestead was the big manufacturer of 6-bladed fans. And since Hunter really wanted nothing to do with the notion of Homestead, well, yeah, they just kind of stuck to, you know, their oil bath fans, the originals, and, you know, 5 blades. And thus, 6-bladed hunters are aberrations. Moves about as much air as any other spinner hunter. Anyway, let's let it coast. Another thing worth noting about the Colonial series, it originally started out as the Brentwood. That was its original name. Now you're probably thinking, wait, there's a hugger known as the Brentwood, so what's the deal, right? Anyway, initially there was the Brentwood, which was the standard with the downrod, and the Brentwood low profile, which was the hugger version. At some point, they decided to separate the Brentwood from the rest and rename the rest Colonial, and it went on from there. So, and to be fair, technically you could say there is a 5th 6-bladed model that Hunter produced. And they would call it the Casablanca Walea, or Walia, however you wish to pronounce it. It was their little 6-bladed fan, damp rated, 31.25-inch span. Yeah, since Hunter ate Casablanca, everything has pretty much become, in one way or another, a Hunter product. So, technically it was their doing, so you could call that number 5, but most wouldn't. And there you go, a 6-blade Hunter Colonial II.